Happy holidays, Bentley alumni, family, and friends. Thank you for joining us once again for today's virtual event. And now today's featured speaker is lecturer ISAURA BELTRE, class of 99, MSIAM of 02, having obtained her bachelor's degree in marketing and master's degree in information age marketing. Isa became a triple Falcon when she joined Bentley's faculty in 2016. She has had a lifelong passion for fashion, shopping, and the inner workings of retail. Prior to joining the faculty, Isa had a successful career in merchandising, marketing, and financial planning at various retail companies, such as Macy's, Filene's, and The Limited. Additionally, she has deep roots in her community and serves as a board member of two nonprofit organizations, Girls Incorporated of Lynn and Code Connect Incorporated of Brockton. Without further ado, please join me in virtually welcoming Isa BELTRE.
Thank you, Emily, for those remarks. I'm super excited to be here to talk to my alum family and also some of my friends and family that hopefully were able to log on. So today I'm going to talk to you about the state of retail and some fun stuff like what are the holiday shopping trends, what are the best gifts, a little bit more about my background. So I really fell in love with retail was at Bentley with my first part-time job I had, which was at Express. So I used to take the, I don't know if anybody from my class is online, we used to take the Bentley shuttle to Harvard Square, and they had a huge Express there. So that's really when I fell in love with the inner workings of retail, of merchandising, of just how, you know, what a simple, you know, how you can make people feel good and see that expression on their face when you really help them, you know, through the retail therapy. And then I really thought to myself, wow, it's not just the purchasing, there's so many things that go behind that. So that's when I really decided that I knew that I wanted a career in retailing and merchandising. I also got an internship at Hill Holiday, which was great because advertising and retail go hand in hand. And I believe at that time, the client that I had was TJX and Dunkin' Donuts. I was an intern there. And I really started my career at Filene's through an amazing internship program, which is Inroads. I don't know if anybody is aware of that, but Inroads really helps and pushes companies to hire students of color within their organization. So I went through the training program at Filene's, the buying program, which was really my foundation in really combining the merchandising with the financial planning. So I was a buyer there, which was such an amazing job. Like, who doesn't want to get paid to buy? So I bought women's clothing, I bought coats, I bought dresses. I was also in the home department. I bought trim a home. I was in bridal. So a lot of experience within a department store. Then Macy's came and, you know, took over Filene's. I don't know if anybody remembers Filene's, but it definitely was a staple in New England. And within Macy's, I became a regional manager, which was also a great position because it was a liaison between the New England districts and the corporate headquarters of Macy's. So once Macy's took over, you know, they really didn't understand the New England customer, and they kind of wanted to push the New York state of mind, you know, to the New England customer, and they lost a lot of sales. So my position was integral to make that connection with our customers. And that's really when I honed into the data analytics and really looking at sales information, color, demographics, and really honing into understanding the consumer instead of top down, really bottoms up, creating those opportunities for Macy's. And then within Macy's, I had several positions. I was a district planning manager. I was also in visual merchandising. And then my final position there was the VP of merchandising for the entire Northeast. So, and I was responsible for $900 million worth of sales within the ready-to-wear department. So any store that you would walk into from New Jersey all the way to Vermont, I had something to do with the layout, the merchandise that was there, the training for the associates, in addition, driving in-store events, marketing. So it really was a great position to really hone in all my retail and merchandising skills. And then unfortunately, you know, brick and mortar was not doing that well. Macy's was not doing that well. And they really wanted to merge the Northeast region with Mid-Atlantic. And I really couldn't move to New York. So I had to pivot into something else. I always had an entrepreneur spirit. So I opened a beauty bar in Dorchester, in Savin Hill, and everybody knows that area. And it was a great experience, you know, to open a business, you know, a small business. So I really now I have a great understanding of big corporate and Main Street America. And then here I am full circle, which I never thought that I was wanted to teach, but I didn't think it was going to happen sooner. I thought it was going to happen later, not as soon as it did. So as Emily said, I'm a triple Falcon, which, as you know, that existed. But I really love coming back to Bentley and showing and teaching the students, you know, real world experience and, you know, letting them, you know, with real world examples. I really see that they really get a lot of that. So in addition to my teaching, I also consult with small retailers. Lux Couture is one of my clients, Ad Color. I'm the director of merchandising there, which is an amazing organization that promotes diversity and inclusion in the marketing and advertising creative fields. Beauty 101, and also a new brand, you know. I have certifications in data analytics and digital marketing. And I'm also very involved in my community. So I'm on the board of Code Connect, which is an amazing organization out of Brockton, Mass, that really helps and pushes and exposes marginalized children to technologies and tech careers. And I was also on the board of Girls Incorporated out of Lynn. So that is background about myself. Now let's get into what we really want to know. Okay, so sometimes the news exaggerates and says that retail is dead, and retail is not. It's not dead, right? It's changed, but it's not dead. So here you can see the sales, how retail have grown from 2017 to 2019. So last year, total retail sales hit $3.7 trillion. Of that, 602 billion is e-commerce, and that was a total pickup of 4% to the year before. Okay, so I want to repeat that because last year the retail is dead because of online. If you look at this, just last year, online sales represented 16% of the total and did pick up 15%. But we still have a lot of sales that happens inside of a store. So I wanted to show you this great slide that the National Retail Federation put together. So really the key to this is understanding that we can't separate online and in-store anymore. Retail is total retail, and this pandemic has definitely proven that to us. So there are over 1 million retail establishments across the US, and since 2010, retail has picked up 4%. Here you can see the trajectory of the sales increase. Online is not killing retail, online is retail. So online sales currently, these numbers were as of 2018, 10%. And just like I said, last year, it reached up to 16%. And many online sales are from brands that also have physical locations. So this is an important thing to note. 9 of the top 10 online retailers in the US also operate brick and mortar stores. The retail industry has evolved, but the data has not. So a lot of times you see data on labor statistics, but really it does not capture all the employees who work, it only captures the employees that work in store. And since a lot of it is shifting online, they need to account for the rise in jobs and the growth in technology within retail and also the growth within transportation and the supply chain. So let's talk about current. The pandemic has killed a lot of us, right? I'm sorry, killed a lot of businesses and the economy. So the retail landscape in April obviously was not look good. Total overall retail sales plunged 16%. And really what took the biggest hit was clothing stores, as you can see here, down almost 80%. And you can go down, department stores down 29%. Gasoline stations down 29%, grocery stores, you know, kind of held their own, down 13%. But here you can see online up 8.4%. So this is where we were in April. So fast forward things really didn't start turning around until October. And it saw one of the greatest increases. So retail sales were up 10.6% in October of this year versus last year. And you can see here the different areas of where the growth came from. So non-store sales, including online, was up 29%, building and materials and gardening supply stores 19%, sporting good and hobby, books, music stores up 12%. And this is all indicative of the macro environment that we're living in now. So again, total sales up 10.8%. November, which the National Retail Federation just posted, sales are kicking off the holiday season up 2.1%. And they just released on Monday, total retail sales in November increased 0.1. So I would pretty much say flat. And these are really the sectors that had the best performance. So online up 7, sporting goods stores up 4, grocery and beverage stores up 4, furniture and home furnishing stores up 1.4%. And then general merchandise stores were basically flat to last year. So really, what drove that that performance in November is really what we call down retail the US Cyber 5, right? And that includes Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday. All of these generated over $30 billion in sales. The Statista Research Group projects overall 2020 e-commerce holiday sales to reach $190.4 billion in sales. And eMarketer recently increased that their total e-commerce will pick up 30% year over year. Again, Black Friday sales were up 21% higher than last year, $9 billion. Cyber Monday still has the best deals of all terms in terms of value pricing for consumers. So a lot of people ask, you know, is it better to get stuff on Black Friday or Cyber Monday? Cyber Monday definitely has the best value for consumers. And the other thing to note is that all of these days really help set, not for all retailers, but for a lot, the declines that they had for in-store. So looking forward to the holiday retail landscape. So really what happened in consumer behavior, when you take a look at it, is that shopping started much, much earlier. So many retailers strategically started to advertise earlier, understanding that they had to make that spread. So historically, the month of November, depending on where Thanksgiving falls and Cyber Monday, a lot of retailers really bank a lot on those days. So they put a lot of eggs into one basket. So the one thing that's been great is now there can be more of an even calendar flow when it comes to retail sales. And also the consumers, you know, basically got Black Friday prices in October, right? And it all started with Amazon Prime Day. So they usually have their Prime Day in July and they shifted it to October. And, you know, Amazon is such a force in the retail industry that it really forced other retailers to be competitive and change their strategy. So Walmart and Target had Target Days, Best Buy, Foot Locker, they all kind of changed their promotion calendar to follow suit with Amazon. Another statistic is 46% of consumers started shopping for the holidays earlier. Again, that also contributed to that increase in October. So what else is happening with consumer behavior? As I mentioned, consumers, you know, technology, and because of the pandemic, consumers are spending more time with digital content. And retailers really had to pivot from their, you know, historical strategy to say, how are we going to connect with our consumers because they cannot come and have that in-store experience. So many retailers, the ones that were that already had a digital strategy, were easier, had an easier transition into this new way of communicating with their consumers. As I mentioned, consumers started shopping earlier, advertising promotions earlier to reach them. An increasing number of consumers are doing online shopping. And contactless shopping options. Even small businesses, you know, had to change their strategy. And you saw that a lot of them, you know, did curbside pickup, order online, whatever they had to do in order to continue that relationship with the consumer. Okay, so on to the fun stuff. Gift guide for 2020. Again, the holiday season isn't canceled. So these are the top categories for 2020 in gift giving. And I will say that I do have a source page that I will share with Emily that she can share afterwards that has kind of all these lists. And I think that a lot of retailers and a lot of media did a really good job of putting these lists together to really help consumers. So the top categories are tech, electronics, food, consumables, anything for the home, beauty, always wins, fitness, anything comfort and cozy, and personalized. So I'm just going to go through what some of those gifts are. Okay, so the top tech gifts, you know, as we live in a tech world right now, it's all about trying to make things easier, right, and more exciting for consumers. So tech is definitely one of the top gift categories. Here we have big gift giving, the AirPod Pro. Anything that has to do with light, the alarm light clock is a big gift category. Massages are big. This is a neck and shoulder massage. A sound bar, right? So now people are home now, more home and, you know, staying home with their families. The Roku sound bar is also a big top gift giving. Anything for video and at-home video blogs. I actually bought this one for a Christmas gift. Now you can print, picture printing at home is a big trend. The smart mug, okay, this is amazing. I think this is a really cool gift. The driver assistant, canceling headphones, right? And now headphones, you don't have to spend the $200 and, you know, the big price points. There are a lot of other options for good headphones at different price points. Any type of charging station for the house, for anywhere. The Fuji Instamax for teens, this is a great gift. The lighting thing is a huge thing for kids. Any type of subscription, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, that's a good gift to give. And any home assistant, whether it's Google, whether it's Echo, whether it's Alexa, it's also a big gift. And desk accessories, since many people are working from home, this is a great gift. Food, who doesn't like to get food and consumables? One of the biggest trends are spice kits and spice racks, you know, all different types of exotic ones, also flights of oils, right, different types of oil, cookies, gourmet cookies, anything from this brand, Milk Brands. They ship cakes, they ship cookies, so cookies are a big gift-giving food item this year. A mini waffle maker. Any subscription, food subscription, whether it's cheese, whether it's wine. This is a really, it's been one of the top gifts, which is the Mary J. Blige Sun Goddess line. And you can, you know, so many retailers are sending, you know, shipping boxes. You can get a subscription of wine. That's a great gift. At-home beer making kits, chocolate, and master classes is a big unique gift under food, where you can give somebody a master class virtual, where they can take a class and actually make a meal and learn. Also have here a big category is cannabis. Anything with cannabis or CBD in cooking is also a big food trend gift. So moving on to home. A lot of us are spending time home, so really home is where the center where everything is happening. Top gifts, I put this here again because this is the Roomba cleaning, you know, air cleans the floor, which is very cool. You control that through your phone. Pizza oven is a big gift item this year. Within home decor, anything that can be interactive. So this is a Scrabble home decor. You can play Scrabble. Home decor is big. And also you can tell that's one of the categories of businesses that are up for the year. The Ninja air fryer. Smart gardening is also a top gift. 23andMe and Ancestry kits to learn your ancestry. In terms of home furnishings as well, the Barefoot luxury blanket, also luxury linen, since people, again, are home. Keurig has developed what we call the drink machine, so you can make cocktails, not only coffee. That is a big gift item for the home too. Cashmere throw. The coldest water bottle, big item. Any type of gourmet Dutch oven pot is big as well. And Within the coffee sector, we have individual mini, Keurig came out with the new mini, which is a great gift, and then also an Nespresso. Fitness, big category as well. Gyms are closed, and people are taking fitness into their own homes. So anything from a fitness category is a great gift. These are some of the top ones. Leggings, anything comfort, athleisure wear. One of the best fitness masks that are on the market is the Under Armour one. Yoga is big, jump ropes, again, classes, streaming classes. You can give somebody a class pass. This is cool because they can join a lot of different classes with this pass. One of Nike's top gifts is their fanny pack. Percussion massages are big. You'll see those all over the place. Boxing is a big trend. Boxing gloves, boxing, and anything that has to do with boxing accessories is a big gift. Fitness bands. And Lululemon just in June bought the mirror. So this is a big gift. And this is runs $1,500, but it's a fitness mirror. And there's different brands. Moving on to beauty. Beauty in the last 10 years has seen a huge increase in sales and popularity. You go into any store, you're going to see, or online, you're going to see beauty. And everybody likes to get something from beauty for Christmas or the holidays. Fenty is a top brand. Rihanna Fenty has had an incredible year with everything that she has launched to the market. The gift set. So gift sets really rule in beauty, and that's where you get the most value for your money. Anything satin pillowcases, a sleep mask, scrunchie, plush robe, skincare sets. Another top item is the ice roller. You know, so when people are doing facials and things at home, this is an incredible gift. And it's from jade and rose quartz, very good gift. At-home masks are big. The mirror light is a good gift, especially for teens. Gel manicure sets. This NARS gift is has been very popular because it goes with all types of skin tones and hand cream. So these are the top things that I found that are one of the top items. And again, you can see these beauty items, you know, even you go to TJ Maxx and Home Goods for very good prices, or you can go high end. You know, in Sephora, they have a lot of these gift sets, but everyone will be happy to get something from the beauty. One of the trends as well is anything comfort and cozy. So this is one of the #1 items is the UGG slippers, and comes in all different types of colors. Very comfortable, big item. And if you can get it, sometimes it's out of stock, but it's a good gift item. So again, anything comfort is really the theme. Luxury comfort is a big theme. Just anything comfort for the holidays. Personalization is very big. So in this pandemic, what's really changing in gifting is people really want to feel connected, right? So a lot of retailers are really honed into that, into their merchandising strategies. You know, how do you get people connected? People are missing that connection with their family, with their friends. So personalized gifts really adds that touch. Bands, you can customize the per sneakers. At the high end, Goya, you can actually put initials on anything that you purchase there. Also Burberry, Louis Vuitton. These are really cute trays that you can personalize. Personalized jewelry is big. Personalized cookbooks. Anything that you can personalize really will give a good touch as a gift giving. Also, pets fall into this category, right? So pets, which is actually another part of retail that has not dropped, that I've seen increases, is pet stores. So you can do a personalized portrait for your pet. I thought that was very cute. Again, plush robes, you can personalize that. Drinkware. And photo albums. So again, anything that has to do personalized is a great gift. So I also wanted to give you guys what the fashion trends for women and men are. So here are like the top categories in trends that we see for fall going into winter. So the shacket, you might ask, what is that? That is like a shirt jacket and a jacket in one. Cutout sweater is a big fashion trend. Comfy and big. Belted cardigan. Matching sweatsuit. This is really big for teens, for anything. And also anything monochromatic, you know, and neutrals are a big cut. If you see here, almost everything you see here are neutrals. Neutrals is really the color of the season. The maxi coat, anything leather separates, leggings. And we all, for women, we know we don't want leggings to ever go away because they're the most comfortable thing. But for this season, it really turns to a more metallic-y or something more interesting, just regular than your regular black legging. Flat boots, athleisure wear is a huge trend, especially when you match it with heels, and festive PJs. So I'm not going to leave out the men. Fashion trends for men: any hoodie, printed sweater, printed tees, plaid tailoring is big, cardigans, monochromatic, the same thing as in women's trends, anything utility or military, the quilted puffy jacket, leather and shearlings is a big trend also in the men's market, the Chelsea boot, the Gore-Tex trainers, casual and comfort. And again, casual and comfort is a big thing, is a big theme for both men and women. So I can't leave out gift giving and Christmas without talking about toys. So the top toy list you have here, well, the number one thing that nobody can find is the PlayStation 5. So I'm trying to find one for my son, and he's probably not going to get it till March. But electronics, again, for the kids are a big trend. Last year, this year, it is the Pooping Flamingo, which is a big trend for kids. Nintendo Switch, the Fort, anything Lego, anything interactive, the Storm Rocket. Surprise toys are still big. Yoda, Star Wars, and you have here slime. Slime is still a big category. Now, I don't want to forget for you last minute shoppers, because retailers are delivering, and that's really a core competency, and now for a lot of them, you can shop up until last minute. So if you're last minute, you don't have a gift, subscription services, you can do that in seconds. Again, master classes, great gifts, last minute gift cards always. And Amazon actually has a link that says last minute gifts, so things that it'll tell you that can be shipped within 24 hours or same day delivery. Other trends I wanted to mention, is really focusing on this diversity. As I mentioned, I am a diversity champion, and I really didn't want to not have this presentation without mentioning the importance of diversity. And really, a lot of big box retailers are really pushing, Black-owned businesses and Black designers and brown, diversifying that. So again, trends where you can shop Black, that is a big trend. And here I have a great link here. I'll just go through it real quick. This, I think, was Oprah's list that really has a lot of Black designers and Black products. So I think that, in the light of what's happening socially, this is a great gift also to give to someone. And I also wanted to mention that the changes in the diversity and designer world is really trickling down to all types of retailers, big, small, and medium, to really include that. So here you have, top houses that really have included diversity, not only at the bottom level, but at the top. So you have Virgil Abloh for Louis Vuitton. Moalola, she is going to be the creative director for Gap and Kanye West's line, which is great. You have Dapper Dan that has done collabs with Gucci, Oliver Roosting for Balmain, and Shane Oliver for Helmut Lang. This is just a few. Other trends where I'm going to end right now for 2020 is really shop sustainable, right? Anything sustainable is always a good thing. Shop green. Practical gifts, right? So before, like I said, other years, Christmas is more lavish, but now it's really all about practical gifts. Emphasis on simplicity is a trend. And you'll see in terms of the digital content, user-generated content a lot. You see a lot of retailers really pushing to have that interaction through social media with their consumers and have them post the products and all of that. So it's really about the user-generated content to create that buzz. And I also wanted to end with shop local. Definitely a big trend. This is actually a great brand out of Charleston, Mass. She is actually a friend of mine, and she started this amazing company called Organic Bath Co., all organic skincare products. And I want to leave with I've learned that there's a lot of alum that have some great gift giving ideas. And I know that Emily is going to share that with us. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys learned a lot. I am an open book, so if you have any questions, you want to send me an email about anything, I love to talk about this. And I'm so excited to connect with our alumni, and I'm open for questions.
Thank you, Isa. This is great. I have so many more ideas. I have a few more people to buy for in my family. So thank you for sharing all of your gift guides. We'll be sure to pass along your slides after the presentation. And as Isa mentioned, we do recommend you support alumni. Bethany will be putting in the chat our link to the 2020 holiday gift guide that we put together that highlights a couple of alumni-owned businesses. Not sure if they would be able to fulfill orders before Christmas, but definitely support our alumni-owned businesses. And we also have a business directory for more than just products and gifts of all alumni-owned businesses to check out. So definitely look at those resources when you are thinking of patroning companies. And now we'll get into a couple questions. So if you do have a question for Isa, feel free to put it in the Q&A box or the chat, and we'll pose those questions. But I know I have a couple. One that was pre-submitted. Isa, what about Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Are we really getting good deals on those days? Or is it purely in the marketing that we think we're getting good deals?
No, you definitely are. Like I mentioned in the presentation, especially Cyber Monday, they really, that is the allure of those days, is to get those cheaper prices. However, what's happening is that you don't really have to wait for Black Friday for that. Now they're starting to do the prices earlier than that. Again, it's all about supply and demand, but you can get really good deals specifically on Cyber Monday.
Great, thank you. Now, you mentioned the PlayStation 5. That's a hot item in our house as well. Yeah. Everyone just sets their alarms to try to get those cues. I know the Baby Alive gift was a big one this year that people were having trouble getting. Does that hurt retailers, or does it help retailers to have those like really hot items that go out of stock so quickly?
Yeah, I think it creates a buzz, right? But at the same time, it could create disappointment. So, a good example you gave was the PlayStation 5, right? Everybody wants that, right? So it creates this buzz to the point. One thing that I didn't get to mention in the presentation is this whole resale market, right? So even if you can't get something from the exact retailer, you can go on a resale site, whether it's eBay or StockX or something, and try to get this. It's all about what you're willing to pay. But I think it definitely hurts. In total retail, it does. And really what it hurts is the customer, because you want to pay what it's worth, that retail. But again, that's the allure about marketing and retail. It's all about what's value to you. Somebody's going to say, you know what, I really want that, so it's okay for me to pay more than I know that it's worth, right? And that's when your own personal things come into play of how bad that you want something. But I do think that it hurts in general, specifically the consumer who can't get something that they're looking for.
Yeah, you want to be able to come through on that special.
Yeah. Especially Santa. Santa has to come through with things.
Right. What will we see for trends, do you think, next year? You mentioned this year some of the trends are cozy, comfort, like staying in your home, practical gifts. Do you think we'll see the pendulum go like the opposite way? And
you know what? I think we're going to continue with that. I think, as this pandemic opens up, people are definitely going to be ready to have some fun and to be around. So I think that, people are going to want to dress up, but it's going to be a more calculated kind of trend. But I definitely think that trend's going to fall, especially into early spring 2020. And then, who knows what will happen for the summer, but I think people are ready, to dress up and to celebrate. So I think you will see a little change back to a little bit more of vanity, we'll say.
Right, that's good. Everyone's getting their skin nice, but to not go anywhere.
Yeah, to sit in your living room.
Exactly. And one question from the audience is, aside from Disney Plus, are there any other subscriptions we should look into?
Amazon Prime is a good one. If you don't have Hulu, that's a good one. There's so many out there. There's more niche ones specifically to to what's important to you in terms of technology. There's ones that are movies, there's ones specific for a lot of genres. But I think that Disney Plus, especially with all the content that they're going to release that hasn't released, is definitely the best one to get.
Yeah, maybe lock them in now before all the prices go up.
Yeah, exactly.
Another question, do you think 2020 will fundamentally change how retail operates? Will there be more online store pickup options? I know I personally hope curbside is here to stay.
Absolutely. This will totally change the way we see retail. And really, the challenge is going to be that retailers have to ensure to create that experience from the consumer, whether it is online, whether it's in store, whether it's mobile. Oh, that's something else I didn't get to mention, that when you look at where the shopping came, almost 86% of like that Cyber 5 came through mobile shopping, right? So it's really understanding where your customer is at and what the need is, but it's totally going to change the landscape for retail. And as I mentioned, we can't really look at it as online versus brick. It's all retail, and just how is it that you're going to connect with your consumer and give them that experience. Retail is it's not going to die. It is the backbone. It is part of America. It's part of who we are. And people are going to want to have that experience when they come back to the stores, but it's going to be more integrated. You're going to see a lot of AI, artificial intelligence. You're going to see a lot of virtual reality. So it's going to be a connection between technology and that in-store and that human touch as well. So I think this pandemic has pushed a lot of retailers to think outside the box, and really, if they were behind in their digital strategies and in their logistics, this pandemic definitely pushed them in order to set them up for the future.
Just like us, everyone's had to pivot for their programming and for their regular operations. And you mentioned mobile. It's interesting. Now there are retailers that are texting us about deals, and you get special deals through apps. Are there any other trends around technology and retail that you're seeing? I guess you mentioned AI too.
Yeah, artificial intelligence is definitely going to be one. So even a great example is that helps and that leads so many sales is recommendations, right? But it's not just like, you can shop for something, all of a sudden it's like we also recommend these products for yourself. And that also helps people understand. The chat box is taken to another level, and that's definitely driven by AI. So, I had a great experience. I was looking for a gift for a friend and I didn't know about the wine, and I put it in that chat box. I know it wasn't a person doing this, but they gave me a great recommendations, and because of that I ended up spending a little bit more, but it was fine because I got that recommendation that I wouldn't have had. So those are two things. Virtual reality will definitely be one, when you go into stores and you can actually look at things, try things on, change it. Sephora has been amazing with that already. You can try on different lipsticks and makeup to see if you like that without even purchasing. So I think those two are going to be one of the biggest trends in terms of technology.
That's crazy. We're living in the future.
Yeah, we are.
We've got lots of good recommendations coming in the chat, so definitely feel free to take a look at that if you need gift giving advice. What about discounting add-ons or rebating? A lot of, there's that Rakuten or some of these other sites that are all about rebates. Is that as worth the trouble to go through those kinds of apps and sites?
You know what? I think it is. I think for some, again, it all depends what type of consumer you are, right? So if you're somebody who used to clip coupons, this is just the new generation. This is the next way of doing it, So I think that it is. And what people need to understand, what it is that they're collecting is your data, is your, how you shop, what you buy, so there's an exchange for it, but I think that you see the instant savings on it. And if, as a consumer, if you see an instant savings with something and you see, a win-win with a relationship, then it's going to continue. And then I don't see why it wouldn't be a value to you as a consumer.
That's a great point. Yeah, if it's worth it for you, then there you go.
Exactly.
And is customer service still king in retail? Is it make or break your experience?
I mean, I still come from the old school and I want somebody to treat me well. And I don't think that's changed. So it's just the way that you do that now, right? So customer service is always going to be, that is what's going to differentiate your retail brand from another, is your customer service, how you interact, whether that is in person, whether that is on the phone, whether that is, through a chat, through FaceTime, through anything. And a lot of retailers, have to become very creative. You can actually have a sale and have, I've seen a lot of small businesses do a FaceTime call with consumers and show them and have that interaction. So it's definitely important, and that will never go away.
Great, that's good to know.
Especially if you want it. Some consumers don't want the customer service, and that's fine. You don't have to. That's the great thing with technology, is that if you don't want to have an face to face, you really don't have to. But it's definitely customer service will always set, and good service will always set certain retailers apart.
I definitely agree with that. Although it is nice to just be able to buy something from an app and not have to talk to anyone.
Yeah, you have that option as well.
Right. All right. Looks like our questions have wound down. Isa, is there anything else you want to share with us before we close out for this afternoon?
No, the only thing I would say is that we need to stay positive. And, one of the best things about retail and shopping and giving gifts, it's not really about the amount. It's really about how you make that person feel, which is one of the reasons why I love this industry. And just to see the look on anybody's face, whether it's your children, your spouse, your friend, it doesn't matter what it is. We really need to bring the fun back in that, because everybody had such, a tough year emotionally, and everything that we've gone through, that, really take the time to think about the gift that you're giving somebody. And I think that it'll be worth it on the end when you see that person's reaction.
All right, you heard it here. Go out and have some fun, whatever you celebrate this holiday season. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you so much, Isa, for your time, as I know it's a very busy time of year for faculty like you. So thank you again.